cannot emphasize this enough, but Chris Pratt, his one thigh is larger than my waist. I need to say this. It makes no sense that I could keep up with him. It's not physiologically possible. Why Am I Like This would be the name of my autobiography.
DeWanda Wise would be a study in being iconic, honestly.
That's another plane, right?
Not exactly.
Guys, congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
I'm not going to lie, I absolutely loved it.
Yay.
But I was really scared.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole of the last hour, I was absolutely terrified.
It's terrifying, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying. Yeah. I'm also a massive fan of the whole franchise, and Bryce, I know you are as well, because you said the first time you saw the dinosaurs in the original Jurassic Park, you cried.
I did, yeah.
So how proud are you to be a part of this franchise, and were there any sort of tearjerker moments on the set with the whole cast coming back?
Well, I mean, it still feels like really crazy to me that I'm a part of it. I don't think that's ever gonna necessarily wear off. The odds of actually being able to like work as an actor consistently are so incredibly low, and then to be in a franchise that you've admired and that changed your life is far lower than that. And then in addition to that, to have a group of people who have truly become family, I mean, this is an incredibly rare and precious experience that I will treasure for my entire life. What's wonderful is that we're getting to promote this movie together. Like when we finished this movie, I was absolutely like devastated and crying for days and all that kind of stuff. But I knew ahead of me was that we were gonna release it together. Mm-hmm. And so being here and getting to celebrate with everyone is wonderful. It makes it feel like it's still happening. But in a few weeks, I'm watch out.
We'll postpone it for a couple of weeks. You can give yourself some time. So DeWanda, you are part of a Jurassic Park franchise.
Yeah, how'd I get here? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, because you're bloody brilliant, that's why. I mean, it must be pretty cool to say that. Yeah. So who was the first person you told, and can you remember being told for the first time that you were going to be a part of the franchise?
The first person I must have told was my husband, because I still remember the day I met Colin, and he was like, yeah, so just casual too, because Colin's it's always undercut. Like there's always he's always just like, yeah, it's real subtle.
He's very understated.
He's very understated. Yeah. So I was like, was I just invited to be a part of a franchise?
It's like an open invitation.
Yeah, it was
do it if you're free.
It was very like, if you want. I was like, was I just, So I continue to have these kind of mind-blowing every single step. There was the Steven Spielberg said yes. There was the first time I got the script and I was like, I wept, because I was like, Kayla's so awesome. I was like really excited about that, and when the posters came up, like every step of the way, same thing. I don't think there's gonna be a moment where I'm not just like in shock, awe, and with a depth of gratitude.
For sure.
So I read somewhere that you called Chris Pratt your action star coach. I mean, what does that even entail?
That's for all of us.
That's for all of
us. Fall in
I
that category.
I can tell you what that entails.
Yes. What pearls of wisdom did he give you?
One, I want to say, I cannot emphasize this enough, but Chris Pratt, his one thigh is larger than my waist. I need to say this. So when you're seeing that running sequence, it makes no sense that I could keep up with him. It's not physiologically possible. It takes a real man of grace and generosity to slow down and make me look as amazing and cool in that sequence.
He makes me think that I am as fast as him.
Just generous. So it's that, and there's just also a ton of, what's amazing is great action stars make it look significantly easier than it is, and it requires a tremendous amount of technical proficiency and things that you wouldn't even consider. It's like dance choreography. I have a dance background, so it's that specific. And then just simple things like warm up before you do things. Like, let's not tear our hamstrings.
He's big into stretching.
He
does deep lunges.
lot of stretching, a lot of lunges.
I'm gonna do those pants.
Yeah. That's tricky. What's that made of? What are those made of? So no, he is very generous. And we were talking about how we started, the first 2 weeks of filming, it was just largely he and I. And so I'm just like, secretly taking notes. Like, tell me more.
Stretch, run. Wonderful. Because I also read that you, Bryce, you had to learn how to run in high heels. Is that true? Because I've never done that. Did it take specific?
Her and Beyonce.
Well,
It's just her and Beyonce. Especially her and Beyonce.
Oh my gosh, Beyonce. No, she really can. I can do it in the movies. But yes, when, playing a corporate executive, I knew that my costume was gonna have, heels. And I remember just like really focusing on ankle strength, like to a severe degree. I had my routine, and because it was with Chris as well. He's very supportive of that. So we had a lot of fun. But I honestly, there were so many takes. Like, I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not like a religious person. There were so many takes where I was literally like, Jesus,
Help!
please,
You there?
please help me not break my ankle on this next take.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I would just like run and hope for the best. So it was really hard when I was doing it, but I didn't want to be like, oh, this is really hard, everyone. So I was trying to kind of like underplay the challenge of it. And then when it came out and people were all commenting and let's say celebrating it, I was like, yes, that was intense.
Your ankles got the recognition
I
that they deserve.
finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally, I'm being treated like a human being.
So obviously this film was like heavily set back like during the pandemic. And I saw that you guys all lived in the same hotel. Was it for like 5 months?
Yes.
Now, yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
What was that experience like? And there's a lot of fake news out there, but I also read that you had like piano lessons with like Jeff Goldblum.
That's so funny.
Is that right?
Sing-alongs. I didn't get a
Not
lesson.
piano lessons.
Yeah, I didn't get a lesson.
Yeah.
But
I
there
mean, maybe
was-
someone did, but I
Yeah,
didn't.
somebody probably Sam. I feel like Sam got a lesson. Sam probably got a lesson.
What was like the go-to karaoke with Jeff Goldblum?
No karaoke, a lot of standards. Sam liked to sing spirituals and like gospel songs, so that was good, speaking of spirituality. But it wasn't just that, it was like we had Monday movie nights, we were playing Frisbee, and by playing Frisbee, I mean watching other people play Frisbee.
That was on Sundays,
That was on
right?
Sundays.
Yeah.
We had like little mini gatherings on Friday and Saturday nights, so yeah, no, we lived together.
And then rehearsals on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really amazing. It was a really incredible experience because at that point, all of us had been isolating at home along with everyone else in the world.
Yeah.
And so we were really starved for
Community.
and human interaction, interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, it's very special.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't.
good.
You can't really beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bryce, one of my favourite scenes in the movie, and genuinely in the whole franchise, is when you're on your own in the jungle.
In this one?
In this one.
Yeah.
Can you please talk me through this scene?
Yes.
Because obviously
Yes.
there wasn't a dinosaur behind you.
Yeah.
What did this look like behind the scenes, and was that water as disgusting as it looked?
Absolutely. It was, here's what was happening in this scene. So I knew that I was going to do a sequence that was going to take place underwater, and I knew it was going to be physically arduous. And so I remember the date when it happened because I asked so many times. I was like, when's the water scene? And they're like, July 22nd. I'm like, okay. Well, when's the water scene again? It's July 22nd and 23rd. Okay. So I filmed that on July 22nd and 23rd. And what was really cool about that is there have been very few times that Claire has really been completely alone. And Colin referred to it as Claire's drum solo, which I think is a cool way to think about it. Yeah. And she has a couple of moments like that in the movie. And so we have, whenever you see an actor go from being dry to being wet, you know that probably production tried to achieve it in one shot, because once you're wet, it's going to take forever to get you dry again. And so we knew that the stakes were pretty high. We needed to get this shot that was a really long shot, a oneer, that went from me kind of army crawling into the water to then underwater to then up. Like it was a lot of choreography that we needed to nail. Mm-hmm. And the hardest thing is that I'm very floaty, and so I was like, I need more weights on me. Get more weights on me. So yeah, it was kind of amazing.
That is something I didn't know until we did that. Like when Pratt falls in, and I'm like still going. I was like, oh, that's it. That was the take.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, you get one chance.
It's like, oh wow.
You get one chance.
Again, notes.
Yep.
I need to wrap, but my final question. This is a really funny bit in the movie where Jeff's book is slid onto the table. So, my final question. What would the name of your autobiography be if it was released right now, today?
Born to Belly Laugh.
I love that.
You have what do you have a book coming out? Why do you
No,
have that?
that's like my tagline on Instagram or whatever.
I'm like, geez, you just had that like.
Well, I remembered when I
ready.
thought of it, I was like, oh, if I did a book like that would probably
Dang,
be what
that's
it
so
is.
good.
It's pretty good though, right?
I'm gonna take at least another week to be able to answer you. I'm so sorry I'm like this. Why am I like this would be the name of my autobiography.
DeWanda Wise would be a study in being iconic. Honestly.
I would read every single one of those. Guys, thank you so much. It's been so lovely to talk to you. Congratulations on the movie. I wish I could talk to you all day. You're both wonderful.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Lovely.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin Hart.
Hi, my name's Eric Stonestreet.
Hi, I'm Margot. I'm Journey.
I'm James McAvoy.
I'm Daniel Radcliffe.
I'm Rebel Wilson.
I'm Jeremy Clarkson.
I'm going to be translating some Scottish tweets for It's Gone Viral.
On It's Gone Viral.
Ooh, on It's Gone Viral.